The Nikon D5100, 144,000 shutter count. Hey, what's up you guys? So last week we did the D70S video. Today we got the Nikon D5100 out again for 2021. That video actually really blew me up in 2020, the review on it. So we actually brought my personal D5100, which is on its dying breath out, for a 2021 review. We're here with Jessica still out at the river. We have these beautiful overcast skies, and today's gonna be a fantastic shoot. Nick here. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Nick. I have been a professional photographer for the last 4 years, but I've had a camera in my hands for the last 17. And we're revisiting the camera that actually started to make my channel blow up, and that is the Nikon D5100. I actually uploaded this video summer of last year where we reviewed it for 2020, and that video now has over 10,000 views. So I want to thank you all so much for checking out that video and enjoying my content. So I want to do an update for 2021. I had to do it with this camera because this camera is the one that really started to get my channel to take off, and I absolutely love this camera. This was the first camera I bought when I started to shoot professionally, and we're at 144,000 give or take shutter actuations. And if you know anything about this camera is rated for 100,000 shutter actuations. And as you'll be able to hear, the shutter has slowed down significantly. We're at 1/320th of a second, and it sounds fast and it sounds crisp, but when you're actually out and about and you're cold and you're shooting quickly, the shutter slows down quite significantly. And actually at any moment it could just stop working altogether. But that's okay because I have truly gotten a full experience with this camera. I absolutely love the images produced by this camera. So we went out and did a shoot on the same day we did the shoot with the Nikon D50, the Nikon D70S full spectrum. We also took this camera out as well with Jessica. And when the Nikon D70S full spectrum finally ran out of battery, we broke this out and I was like, you know, I kind of still want to shoot a video with the Nikon D5100 because it's probably one of my favorite cameras, because it not only did it get my channel going, but it also got my photography business going, because this was a camera that allowed me to do a lot of the things that the Nikon D70 that I had at the time, and I'll link the video to that right there, wouldn't allow me to do. And what I mean by that is the Nikon D70 is limited from 200 to 1600 ISO, so you can't get a lot of those great dark images that I like to shoot. And so as we go through and talk about this camera in 2021, as well as some of the features, I'm going to show some images that I've taken with this camera over the past 4 years that I've had it. Now the Nikon D5100 has an ISO range of 100 to high 1 and high 2, which reality 6400 is realistically where the ISO is. It starts to get noisy at about 2000 ISO. If you shoot under 2000, you should be okay. I haven't been in a situation where I needed to shoot over 2000. If I get into a situation like that, I usually am shooting wide open and a really slow shutter speed, and we've got a tripod with us, and I'll link my tripod video right up there. Now the Nikon D5100, one of the features I love about it, and I still love about it to this day in 2021, is the fact that the screen flips out. Now I raved and raved about this camera in the last video, and I will link the last video up there as well, was the fact that it was extremely versatile. It uses the Nikon F-bayonet style mount, just like all of the Nikon DSLRs that I have, which means that all of my lenses are interchangeable. And that's why I say in all my used camera videos, like this one right here, I don't tell you which brand to buy. Everyone has different preferences when it comes to the way the controls are set up, to lens availability, what's available in the current marketplace around them, especially in the used marketplace. You want to find a setup that will allow you to not only upgrade, but to continue to use the same lenses you've already invested in. Because really, glass is where it's at. It doesn't matter how much you spend on the body, which we discussed in the Nikon D50 video, which I'll link right up there. It depends on how much lens you have. Now, the lens is where the real magic is made with a camera. A great lens can turn any camera into a fantastic camera, and a great eye as a photographer can make any camera and lens combo work. And I actually have a couple videos coming out where I go out and do kit lens reviews. Or basically, can you take good portraits with a kit lens? And the answer is, you'll have to wait for that video to come out. It's gonna come out in a few weeks. But the Nikon D5100, again, it has the screen that pops out. So the Nikon D5100 is a 16 megapixel camera, which is more than twice as much as the D50, the D70, or the D70S has. Now, it's been almost a year since my last review of this, and I'm not going to change my review of this camera from last video. Again, some of the images that came out blurry because of handshake when shooting, because the shutter is beginning to slow down. At 144,000 shutter actuations, you can't expect the camera to continue in its longevity. Good care, cleaning your camera, things like that will help it last. But you can pick these up between $100 and $200 on eBay all day long. I just checked the modern 2020 prices for it. The Nikon D5100 is definitely coming down in price, and even for those, they're still really low shutter counts. That's one of the things I love about these older, used, consumer grade cameras. They buy it for vacations, they buy it for Christmas, they buy it for their kid. Eventually the kid loses interest, or they get a new camera every year, which is the case with the 3000 series. You can find 3000 series cameras all day long online, because every year they get another one because they're like 400 bucks brand new, and people want the latest and greatest with the most megapixels, but we all know that that doesn't always matter. Now, the D5100, again, is pretty close to the 3000 series, so as people upgrade, you can find these with really low shutter counts. This one had probably about 8,000 actuations on it when I bought it. It might have been lower than that, I don't remember completely. The 5300 I'm shooting this video with actually only had about 300 actuations on it. The D50 had about 1,100 of them. The D70 that my grandfather gave me had 20,000, and the D70S that I got actually only had like 400 or 500, and for its age when I got it is absolutely amazing. This camera for me stands at a solid 8 out of 10 stars, unless I gave it 7. I don't remember, I haven't watched that video in a while. So I definitely recommend, if you can find a D5100, if you're looking to upgrade from a 3000 series camera, or you want the flippy screen, the D5100 is a really great way to get into photography or even upgrading your system. We're gonna do a couple more videos with this year. We're gonna take it to the studio. We were supposed to do that last year, but because of the global sickness that's going around, you can't really say it on YouTube. They get mad and like, don't promote your videos. But because of that, I wasn't able to take it to the studio as much as I would like, and I didn't really get any good video coverage with it. So as the medicine rolls out, we're gonna take this to the studio, do a full studio shoot. I'll show you guys how I set it up for studio shooting. We're also gonna go shoot B-roll with it. So you'll get some new B-roll from me from the downtown area where I live, and we're gonna get some great B-roll. We'll do a whole video shooting B-roll with the D5100, so that should be a lot of fun. I'll be able to get this camera out and about a lot more often this year than I did last year. I really wanted to jump on how much you guys loved the 5100 and really show it off throughout the entire year last year, but I didn't really get that opportunity, so we're gonna make up for it here in 2021. So thank you guys again so much for joining me. I'm not wearing my merch today as it is in the washer, but I do have merch available. Link for that will be down in the description below, as well as all of my social medias. I have a Twitter, a Facebook, and an Instagram. You can reach out to me on any of those. I am happy to answer any questions you might have. If I don't have the answer, I will link you up with the resources of where you can find the answer. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification. Again, we are almost to 1,000 subscribers, and as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers, I have a Nikon N80 35mm film camera that I will be sending out to one lucky person. When we hit 500, it seems like it was just yesterday, and we're already scoring through. I'll put how many subscribers I have when I upload this video down in the text below. So thank you guys again so much. You have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. Bye!